Hello everyone, we are students of Xavier Institute of Management and we are going to discuss about sustainability practices across industry. Specifically going to talk about sustainability in engineering. We are group 12 and I would like to introduce my team. Arjun, Vineet, Sriya, Abhijit, Aditya and myself Yashasvi. As we know, most of the Indians opt for engineering. Engineers dream big, they're different, they have fun. But most importantly, they use systematic thinking to solve everyday challenges and unlock the inherent values in them. They're mainly involved in research, design, development, production, and quality assurance. Research involves exploring new concepts. Design is the part where engineers play a very important role. It is about what the customer wants and the specialist process that are needed to manufacture them. And finally comes quality assurance. If we look at the Indian engineering sector, it has witnessed a remarkable growth. We are the fastest growing economy in the world, coupled with government initiatives like Make in India campaign and Digital India have facilitated engineering. India has become a permanent member of Washington Accord in 2014. The country is now a part of exclusive group of 17 countries who are permanent signatories of the WA, an elite international agreement on engineering studies and mobility of engineers. India is of course on the quest of becoming a global superpower and has made significant strides. The government of India has appointed the Engineering Export Promotion Council as apex body in charge of promotion of engineering goods, products and services from India.
There are several environmental risks associated with engineering projects. Engineering designs and infrastructure projects have been a major concern in the past few years. Buildings account for approximately 44.6% of carbon. Effective designs of buildings is important to reduce these carbon footprints. Climate change impacts, such as those due to mismanaged, ineffective use of natural resources and emissions that can lead to significant damage to them, have been major concerns as well. There have been several on carbon footprints, emissions, green engineering, and use of architecture and design to build LEED certified green buildings. These are the future of engineering projects and should be taken care of. Long term changes occur gradually, which come with the loss of ecosystems, irreversible damages, which lead to natural cycle disruption and nature that come through key decision processes. There are several health and safety issues and human right violations and labor laws which come into play while dealing with engineering projects at the construction site. The various risks can be summarized as under: emission of radioactive waste which cause serious health hazards. Government regulations against such toxic waste can hamper project implementation. Management of solid waste. Optimal systems resulting from the building projects necessity. Water pollution. Pollution of water sources as a result of a major concern. Over the decade, we have been aware of the limitation and retention. Air pollution. Reducing the outgoing gases, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, into the atmosphere. These cause acid rain and hence should be checked on carefully by any engineering design. There are concerns with greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and attempting to reduce the global output so the temperature rise.
Now, next, Government of India's initiatives and regulations that has been taken to improve the sustainable practices. Now, some of them are specific guidelines to respective industries has been given to maintain the level of emissions and pollutants that are permissible by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Design and engineering of buildings shall be as per the CPW guidelines for sustainable habitat. Now, some of the guidelines includes: it directs the organizations to adapt passive architectural design strategies to create climate sensitive buildings with higher thermal comfort and lower energy consumption. It also says to have an effective site planning through orientation of the building according to the sun angle and wind directions. Now, also in India's automotive sector forms a major portion of engineering services and technologies. They are also working towards having better sustainable practices which are environmental friendly. One of the major example of this is envisaging BS4 across the country by 2017 in a phased manner and BS6 by April 2020. Now, engineering designs for Indian mining sector are being developed for better health and safety of the employees. At the same time, they are also aiming towards the lesser wastage and efficient utilization of resources. Indian power sector is also regulated by Government of India, and they are focusing towards more renewable energy and better efficiency of thermal power plants.
Now, talking about the sustainability metrics of engineering sector, we as a group we have decided to take on three companies: 3M, Mahindra Automotive Division, and Mahindra Life Sciences Division. Talking about 3M as a company first, the product they are involved is 3M is involved in polymer engineering to dampen vibration and industrial noises. It produces display materials like LCD monitors and gigantic projector displays. It's also a pioneer in design and manufacturing of electronic circuitry and on flexible polymer films. The above, which is shown, is a chart of the sustainability practices which 3M performs. Like, we can over here through the chart we can find out the total energy used, absolute total fuel oil, total jet oil, how much has been used, how much should be used, and what is the sustainable amount which should be used by 3M, and it also projects how other companies should use it. They focus on reducing energy consumption, waste reduction, being socially responsible, and also assess the performance of supply chain and their compliance with the regulations. Now talking about Mahindra Life Spaces divisions. This chart which is shown, this shows us about the practices Mahindra Life Sciences division performs, like the specific carbon foot reduction or use of renewable power, specific water footprint reduction, and what the left side shows us the target which should be done, and then the middle section shows the actual which is done, and the right hand side shows the baseline which tells us that what should be above, what should be below it. This focuses on reducing the carbon footprint, use of green energy, waste reduction, performance assessment of supplier, and check in compliance with the energy and environment and legal framework. It also helps in reducing the emission. Looking at the automobile division, now then again we have a different kind of a chart over here which also shows us what should be the general practices followed. Over here, the left side we have the baseline, in the center we have the actual, and on the right side we have the target. We can see the target for the energy intensity reduction is 10%, whereas the baseline shows us it's somewhere around 0.62. And we also have the share of renewable energy mix, the total building materials which should be used. These are the kind of practices which should be followed by every company, because we as a human race we should look at the sustainable practices which we should follow up, and we should also instigate others to do so. This division of Mahindra focuses on reducing carbon footprint, reducing the consumption of water in constructional activities, reducing waste, and also ensure proper disposal.
So next we'll be seeing what are the best sustainability practices by different players in the industry. We'll be seeing 7 examples. The first one is using the summer's heat to warm up buildings in winter. This has been an experiment which was done in Switzerland, when a campus called Science City installed systems which allows it to harness the natural heat during the summer, pump it underground, and then store it until the winter, where it will be pushed back into the buildings and used as a heating system. We'll be seeing an sustainability product by Zuari Cement. Zuari Cement introduced a new type of cement called the Arya series, which helps in reducing air pollution, and also it initiates self-cleaning effect in a building. Zuari found that in cities like Delhi, Bombay, and Chennai, if 15% of the buildings are covered with this Arya cement, it would help in reducing the pollution by approximately 50%. Next, the tower for scrubbing away smog. This was an experiment which was conducted in the Dutch city of Rotterdam, wherein a tower was installed which sucks in the air, filters the air pollutants, and then expels clean air back to the outdoors. This is especially useful in large cities which are highly affected by smog, such as Beijing. Next, we'll be seeing bladeless wind turbines. One of the biggest problems of present day wind turbines is they are noisy and it is unfriendly for the birds. This bladeless wind turbines caters to solving these two problems. This has been done in Spain, wherein the cylindrical turbine generates the electricity by harnessing the vibrations caused by the wind. A filter that turns toxic water clean. This was done in India by an NRI called Perry Alagappan. The biggest advantage of such a filter is it removes 99% of the heavy metals from the water that runs through it. Another biggest advantage is it is very low cost, that is costing around $20, and it can be reused. Now we'll be seeing how to grow bricks with bacteria. Biomason, a company would introduce this kind of bricks, wherein it injected the sand with microorganisms at ambient temperatures to grow biocement based construction materials. The biggest advantage of biomason's bricks was it doesn't need the regular method of firing, and hence a lot of energy was saved in this. The last is the city of Chennai, wherein its corporation highlighted the importance of pedestrians, cyclists, and public transport users at the top of its list, and it improved the footpaths in the city so as to promote pedestrian walking. These are the examples of sustainable practices followed around the industry. Thank you.